Test 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2. check 1 2 3, test 1 2. And good afternoon, and welcome to Nobby's Ballpark on the campus of Case Western Reserve University for the final game of this 4-game series between the Case Western Reserve University Spartans and the Emory University Eagles. After Emory took the first game of the series, Case Western Reserve bounced back, sweeping a doubleheader yesterday, and will look to put the finishing touches on the series today and clinch a series win against the Eagles today here at Nobby's Ballpark. Let's go ahead and get you the starting lineups for both of these teams. Begin with the batting order for Emory University. 10-12 on the year, 1-2 mark in the UAA. Richard Brereton, the center fielder, hitting the leadoff spot today. He'll be followed by Nick Chambers, the shortstop. Jacob Green catching and batting third, and then Bubby Turp, the first baseman, hits fourth. Jack Rubenstein, the designated hitter, will bat fifth. Christopher Stern hitting sixth and playing third base. Jackson Grayson, the right fielder today. He'll bat seventh. Thomas Baumgartner, the second baseman, hits eighth, and then Michael Edelman, the left fielder, will hit ninth. Freshman Christian Bradley on the mound today for Emory. More on him in the bottom of the inning. For Case Western Reserve, ranked 13th in Division III and 15-3 overall on the year. Let's go around the infield first, with Casey McConaughey over at first base. Second baseman Rocco Ma. The shortstop is Jacob Lott, and the third baseman is Jacob Kusha. In the outfield, Nate Glasser in left. Center fielder is Samuel Neal. The right fielder is Noah Murley. Doing the catching is Tyler Whippazinski, and on the mound is the freshman Matt Levine out of Boca Raton, Florida. Levine, a nice start to his collegiate career. He's made 3 starts and gone 2-0 with a 2.81 ERA. Through 16 innings of work, he's allowed 16 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned. He has walked 8 and struck out 10. Opponents hitting .276 against him, and he is ready to get things going against the top of the Emory order here. Richard Brereton, Nick Chambers, and Jacob Green. Brereton batting at .337 on the year with a home run and 11 runs batted in. Levine ready on the mound. Here's his first pitch. And it's down and in for a ball, 1-0. This is inside, and it's 2-0. Levine had a very good start for the team down in Lexington, South Carolina. Pitched effectively as well as last time out. And there's a called strike, 2-2, as the count comes even. Down and out, so the count goes full to the leadoff hitter, Brereton. Three-two pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Brereton down swinging, and Levine battles his way to a strikeout in the opening batter of the game. So that'll bring up Nick Chambers, who's hitting a .284 in the year for Emory. Chambers, 18 runs batted in on the year. And the first pitch down and in for a ball from Levine, 1-0. Outside corner, called strike, 1-1. Emory won the first game of this series, 5-3 the final. Pardon me, 5-2 the final in that opening game. As Chambers lifts that towards the gap in left center field. Coming over is Neal, and he'll make the catch for the out. Neal's played a great defensive center field this season and gets a quick out there. They're two gone. Jacob Green now to the plate. Green has started now 3 of the 4 games in this series. He's hitting at .357 with a home run and 7 runs batted in this year. His 8th start of the year overall. First pitch on the way. Lifted in the air. Left field should end the inning. Glasser in. And makes the grab to end the frame. Quick inning for Levine on the mound. And we will head into the bottom of the first inning in a scoreless ball game. Let's go ahead and get you the batting order for Case Western Reserve University in this game. Samuel Neal playing center field and leading things off. It'll be Rocco Ma, the second baseman. He hit second. 3 home runs in as many games this series. He's homered in each of the first 3 games. Nate Glasser, the left fielder, hits third. Noah Murley, the right fielder, fourth. Casey McConney playing first base and batting fifth. Tyler Wipazinski will be the catcher. He'll hit in the 6th spot. Mark Gross is in the DH spot as of now, but there'll be someone else hitting for him. Jacob Kusha batting 8th and playing third base, and then Jacob Lott, the shortstop, will hit 9th. Defensively for Emory, Bubby Turp over at first base. Second baseman, Thomas Baumgartner. The shortstop is Nick Chambers, and the third baseman is Christopher Stern. In the outfield, Michael Edelman in left. Center fielder is Richard Brereton, and the right fielder is Jackson Grayson. Doing the catching is Jacob Green, and pitching to him will be Christian Bradley. The freshman righty will be making his first collegiate start. Bradley has looked good out of the bullpen this season. He's made 7 appearances going 1-0 and has yet to allow an earned run. He's given up just 1 run total. Through his 9 innings of work, he's allowed 5 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts, opponents hitting .167 against him. Bradley, a Atlanta product, so local guy for this Emory team. Went to the Westminster School, actually where former Emory Athletics Director Tim Downs is now at. The Westminster School, good high school in the Atlanta area. 6'1", 195-pound freshman. And he will look to try to control this Case Western Reserve lineup that has hit the ball fairly well so far in this series. After a slow start on Friday, it's been a resurgent team for Case Western Reserve in the last 2 games yesterday. They have been paced at the plate by Rocco Ma's bat. Ma now with 8 home runs on the year, 3 in the last 3 games. So we're set to get going here. Samuel Neal to lead things off. Neal, the left-handed hitter, center fielder, batting at .269 on the year with a home run and 9 runs batted in. Takes a called strike, and it's 0-1. Neal's average dipping a little bit, again at .269 for the season. Now, he doesn't walk a ton either. His on-base percentage at .356 for the season. But what he does give you out of the leadoff spot, and I mention this every day, that He has the ability to see a lot of pitches, a patient hitter at the plate. 1-1. Ground ball hit up towards second. Should be an easy play for Baumgartner, who fields it and throws on to first in time to get the first out of the inning. One gone. So that will bring Rocco Ma to the plate, and Ma has been red hot lately. A .431 hitter on the season. He has 8 home runs, 20 runs batted in. Ma has homered in each of the first 3 games of this series. He's now 1 home run behind the program record for home runs in a single season. Takes the first pitch inside for a ball, 1-0. Yesterday in the second game, James Robertson, the pitcher for Emory, faced Rocco Ma late in that game. Down and out, and it's 2-0. Coach Twardowski came out to the mound before Ma came to the plate and told Robertson, hey, just don't give up a home run to him. Whatever you do, if you want to walk him, that's fine. And Ma ended up hitting a 3-2 pitch deep over the wall and left. 2-0 up and in, and it hits him, I believe. Did it hit him? Nope. Might have gotten off his bat as he tried to duck out of the way. Let's see what the umpire signals here. It's either 3-0 or 2-1. It is 3-0. So a 3-0 count now, and you can imagine Bradley will be careful here. He does deliver a strike on the outside corner, and it's now 3-1. 3-1 count, you don't want to give Ma anything too good to hit. He hasn't missed a whole lot of pitches lately. Here's the 3-1. And he fouls that one back. Full count, 3-2. Three-two pitch. Bradley sets, delivers. Curveball called, strike 3. Good pitch from Bradley. And a gutty pitch there coming with the breaking ball. With the 3-2 count. So 2 outs, bases empty, and Nate Glasser will be the hitter now. Glasser batting at .279. Takes a called first strike, 0-1. Checks his swing again. It's another called strike, 0-2. Working Bradley's pitch count is going to be key today for Case Western Reserve. Bradley making his first start of his career, and you have to imagine he's not fully stretched out. So that one, ground ball down the third base side. Stern has it. Long throw to first. Dug out by Terp, and that ends the inning. A good job by Christian Bradley, the freshman, to get through his first inning in order. 1, 2, 3 innings for each side. And we'll move into the second. Scoreless game between Emory and Case Western Reserve. Terp, Rubenstein, and Stern due up when we come back. Scoreless ball game, top of the second inning coming up. Emory University coming to bat for the second time today against freshman Matt Levine. Terp, Rubenstein, and Stern due up. 4, 5, and 6 in the order. It was a good first inning for Levine, who worked a 3-2 count against Brereton before striking him out, then got Chambers and Green to fly out to left field. He threw just 10 pitches in that first inning. He does have a bullpen behind him that, while maybe not at its freshest, certainly pretty available today, I would imagine. Not sure that anyone, probably with the exclusion of Corey Brown, unavailable for this game. Terp, first pitch swinging, sends that one deep towards left, chasing Glasser back on the warning track, and he makes the catch for the out. Bubby Terp, a 284 hitter, gave that a ride. But Glasser was able to track that down. 3 straight flyouts to left field. Glasser getting his steps in out there and left. The batter now will be the designated hitter, Jack Rubenstein. .333 hitter on the season. Rubenstein, no home runs, 7 runs batted in. Pitch from Levine. Curveball for a called strike, 0-1. And spikes that one, so it's a 1-1 count. One of the trademarks typically of these Emory teams at the plate is that they're willing to work counts, really get deep into a pitcher's pitch count on any given day. That one grounded hard through the hole. It's a base hit. Rubenstein with the single through the hole in the left side of the infield. And there'll be a runner on with 1 away. Christopher Stern now coming up to the plate. Stern, the third baseman, a .353 hitter, 2 home runs, 25 RBIs to lead all Emory players. Case Western Reserve had turned a ton of double plays coming into the weekend, but if I'm not mistaken, yet to turn one this weekend against Emory. Levine throws down to first. Levine making his first home start here at Nobby's Ballpark. He has a good pickoff move to first for a right-hander. Looks like something got loose on the field out there. Some kind of ball. Maybe an untracked batting practice ball. Levine gives a long look down to first. Now glares in at his catcher, Whippazinski. To the plate he goes, and it's a strike. 0-1 on Stern. Levine, though, quick to first base for a righty. Did a pretty good job controlling the running game from what we saw down in Lexington. Good move there. Diving back is Rubenstein. Rubenstein, 3 stolen bases on as many attempts this year. That one spiked in the dirt. Whippazinski, great job fielding that cleanly. 1-1 the count. We've seen Levine spike a few of those today, and some cause for concern as Nick Callahan comes out. Have a talk with Levine on the mound. Whippazinski comes out as well. The 3 will chat things over here. And after the quick conversation, everyone will retreat. Stern steps back into the batter's box. It's a 1-1 count on Stern with a runner on and 1 away. First base runner of the game for either team. Double play depth in the infield for Case Western Reserve. We'll hope to turn 2 here as the 1-1 pitch. Runner goes. It's taken for a strike. Throw down to second, and it's in time. Pardon me, taken for a yep. We're trying to see. It is 2-1, so that was taken for a ball. Rubenstein 2-6 on the caught stealing. Good job by Whippazinski, and there's 2 outs in the inning now. Perfect throw for Tyler Whippazinski. That one hit hard, but foul by Stern. Count evens 2-2. Now the 2-2 pitch. A little bit up high. Full count, 3-2. Levine, second full count of the day he's pitched into. Here's the 3-2 to Stern. And it's a called strike 3 on the inside corner, and that ends the inning. Second strikeout of the game for Levine. He allows a base hit, but the runner caught stealing, and he's faced the minimum through 2. We will move into the bottom of the second. Scoreless between Emory and Case Western Reserve. Merle McConaughey and Whippazinski due up when we return. Couple freshmen on the mound today for the 2 teams. So far, so good for Matt Levine. Christian Bradley for Emory with a perfect first inning. We'll face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters here. Noah Murley, Casey McConaughey, and Tyler Whippazinski in the Case Western Reserve lineup. That's a called strike, and the count goes to 0-1 on Murley. Now the 0-1. Spiked in the dirt, and it's 1-1. I always say spiked in the dirt, even though there's no more dirt on the field except for the pitcher's mound. In our first 4-game weekend series here at Nobby's Ballpark with the new turf. Played 2 last weekend. Is that one line drive over the head of the second baseman into right field. It's a base hit from Murley. First hit of the game for Case Western Reserve. It comes off the bat of Noah Murley. No, Casey McConaughey will be the batter. So McConaughey to the plate, a .231 hitter. 9 for 36 on the year, 2 doubles, 2 runs batted in. Chopper down towards second, could be 2 if they hurry. Bumgarner will just go the short way and get the shore out at first. And there's 1 gone. Murley advances to second. So productive out by McConaughey, 1 gone in the inning. And now Tyler Whippazinski will bat with a man in scoring position. Whip has his average all the way up to 281 now. After a very slow start to the year, he has really picked it up. He's 18 for 64, 6 doubles, 2 triples, 3 home runs, 17 runs batted in. Has a chance here with a runner in scoring position to drive in his 18th run of the year and takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. Murley leads off at second. Bradley looking down. Now from the stretch delivers. And Whip fouls that one back, 1-1. Jacob Pestel has come out on deck. It looks like he'll be the pinch hitter for the DH spot here. 1-1 on the way. And that one in the dirt, good block by Green, 2-1 the count. Two-one pitch. Swung on ground ball to third. Stern has it, looks the runner back. Throw to first in time. Murley taking off for third. He slides in, and he is safe. Aggressive base running there for Noah Murley. 5-3 the put out at first. Murley to third on the play. There are 2 outs in the inning. He's standing at third. Little bit of a risky move there for Murley. We'll see if it pays off here, as the pinch hitter coming up for the Spartans will be Jacob Pestel. Pestel hitting a 283 on the year. An RBI opportunity with 2 outs and a runner at third. Bradley trying to work around the jam. And he delivers a first pitch breaking ball, 1-0. Jacob Kusha waiting out on deck. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Curveball hit softly toward short. Charging is Chambers. He fields it on a hop. Throw to first just in time to get the out. Chambers was caught a little in between there. Charging in on a dying line drive. Fielded it on a hop and made a little bobble of the ball, but was still able to compose himself, pick it up, and throw out Pestel at first base to end the inning. No runs on a hit. A man left on. We will move into the third. Bottom of the order for Emory. Grayson, Baumgartner, and Edelman due up in the third when we return. Welcome back to Nobby's Ballpark. Scoreless ball game between Emory and Case Western Reserve as we begin the top of the third inning. Bottom of the Emory order coming up. Grayson, Baumgartner, and Edelman. One other UAA game going on today is Wash U and NYU will wrap up their series in New York. Wash U trying to win this series. They claimed a victory in the opening game. Then yesterday, split with NYU. Wash U won the first game 6-2. NYU came back for a 4-2 win in game 2. So right now, the UA standings in this very early part of the season Case Western Reserve and Wash U each 2-1. NYU and Emory each 1-2. Brandeis yet to play a UAA game. They stand at 2-9 overall on the season. Bottom of the order for Emory is Grayson. Takes a called strike, 0-1. Jackson Grayson out of Los Angeles hitting a .294 with 8 runs batted in. Levine rocks and delivers his 0-1. Good curveball for a called strike, 0-2. Levine needed just 10 pitches in each of his first 2 innings to record his first 6 outs of the game. He allowed a base hit last inning, but a caught stealing helped him out, and he's faced the minimum so far. Curve got away from him there. It's 1-2. Levine, a freshman, but has fit in nicely into this rotation as the team's 4th starter. It's down and out, 2-2. And 2-0 on the year, 2.81 ERA entering play. Here's the 2-2. Popped up behind second base, lot over, and makes the catch. I came all the way over onto the second base side of the infield to make that grab, but able to retire the first batter of the inning. Now Thomas Baumgartner will be the batter. .227 hitter on the year. He struggled a bit with the bat in this series. First pitch. Swings, grounds it softly to first. McConaughey gloves, takes it to the bag himself. And there are quickly 2 gone once again. So now the 9-hitter, Michael Edelman, will come up. I imagine Edelman will be somewhat patient here at the plate. Try to avoid another quick inning for Levine. He's thrown just 6 pitches so far here in the 3rd. Fastball misses inside, and it's 1-0. Down and in, 2-0. Sunny day here in Cleveland, a little bit cool outside, temperature in the mid-30s to start the game. We got off to a little bit of an earlier start. 3-0 now the count. Game was supposed to be a 11 o'clock start originally. Got bumped up to 10:30 to help out Emory, which is getting on a plane later today. Give them a little bit of extra time to make sure they could get to the airport and get on their way back to Atlanta fairly soon after the game. Ball 4 as that pitch misses, and it's a 4-pitch walk to the 9-hitter, Edelman. So 2 outs back to the top of the order, and Richard Brereton will be the batter. Edelman is yet to attempt to steal this year, so we'll see if he's moving here with Brereton at the plate. This is a situation where you could be aggressive on the base paths. 2 outs and a runner at first. Brereton 0 for 1, struck out swinging on a 3-2 pitch his last time up. Pickoff attempt down at first. Ooh, very close. I'll say Edelman got back safely. Again, Levine's got a very good pickoff move for a righty. Wouldn't call it a deceptive move, but it's just very quick. Runner not going. The pitch taken for a strike. It's 0-1. Brereton reminds me a little bit of former Wash U pitcher Andy Shields, who was a good hitter for that Wash U team and pitched as well, was their top starter back probably in the mid-2000s Runner goes, the pitch taken for a strike. Throw down to second, and he's out again. Tyler Whippazinski guns down the second batter of the game, or runner, I should say, of the game. 2-4 on the caught stealing, and that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. Scoreless game, bottom of the third, coming up when we return. Well, good job today by Tyler Whippazinski behind the plate. Emory's had 2 base runners, and Whippazinski has thrown them both out trying to steal. Game remains scoreless. Each team with 1 hit. As we move into the bottom of the third. Bottom of the order for Case Western Reserve with the 8-hitter Kusha and the 9-hitter Lott. Then back to the top of the lineup with Samuel Neal coming to the plate.
Now batting for the Spartans, third baseman number 19, Jacob Kusha.
Kusha's starting to heat up a little bit. He's batting at .265 on the season. 14 runs batted in. Christian Bradley, the freshman, has fared well through the first 2 innings. Just 1 hit allowed. A leadoff single to start the second. Kusha takes the first pitch for a called strike, 0-1. Should say start the third here. That one, chopper down the third base side. Tough play for Stern. Throw from deep in the hole. He won't get it there in time. That's an infield single for Jacob Kusha. Second hit of the game for Case Western Reserve. That is not an easy play for a third baseman to make. A good job by Stern to even backhand it and keep it in the infield. That gets down the line. That's extra bases. But by Stern grabbing that, his throw on to first had to be off his back foot and just couldn't get enough on it. And so safe at first is Kusha with the infield hit, and now with nobody out, second straight inning, the leadoff man has been on for Case Western Reserve. And the batter will be Jacob Lott. Lott hitting at .254 on the season, 17 of 67. He's driven in 10. Swings and lines that one into shallow left. It's down for a base hit. So Lott first pitch swinging singles into left field. Kusha goes to second on the play, and the first 2 runners of the inning are on for Case Western Reserve. Always a good sign when you get a couple of base hits from the bottom of your order, and now the options are plentiful here for Samuel Neal at the plate. Neal 0 for 1 with a ground out to second base his last time up. Wouldn't be shocked if he's looking to lay one down here. That's what Emory is thinking. They'll plug him in, or play him in, I should say. At third base, Stern well in on the grass. I'm going to say the grass there. Probably the better way to phrase it would be the greener part of the turf infield. As Bradley will step off the mound, that'll prompt Green to come out and talk to him. There is a difference between the 2 types of turf on that infield. Yeah, I guess it would be the brown. Would that be considered brown turf? Yeah, brown. The brown part would be is a little flatter. It lays a little flatter. Pardon my color blindness. Yeah. The actual grass part, the greener part, sticks up a little bit more. So there are 2 different kinds of turf on the field. Cut a little bit longer. Neal is squaring a bunt, pulls it back, and takes the pitch down and in for a ball, 1-0. Neal trying to lay down a sacrifice here. Bradley with the 1-0. Neal wants a timeout. Now Bradley. Nope, he'll spin, look the runner back. Thought that was awfully close to being a balk move there. Now timeout called. And Emory head coach Mike Twardowski will come out and have a talk here with Bradley. Bring the whole infield in. Jacob Green, the catcher, is saying something to Coach Twardowski as he's heading out there. Bradley getting his first start here and his first bit of trouble of the day, really. 2 on, nobody out, and Coach Twardowski trying to calm him down a little bit. So, meeting breaks up. Green and Bradley still talking. It's a 1-0 count at the plate. Now Bradley, quick. That one bunted. Nice bunt by Neal, and unable to pick it up is Bradley. That'll go as a bunt base hit for Neal. Neal couldn't have done that any better than he did. Rolled it right down the line, and even if Bradley had picked it up clean, I'm not sure he would have been able to get Neal, a speedy lefty coming out of that side of the batter's box. Not sure he would have had any play at him. And now that will bring up Rocco Ma with the bases loaded. Ma, a 14-game hitting streak entering play today. He's homered in the first 3 games of the series. He's driven in 20 runs overall this season, 8 home runs, 6 doubles. He's hitting at .425. First pitch breaking ball is a call strike, and it's 0-1. Ma struck out looking his first time up on a 3-2 curve. He has been red hot lately. Trying to keep it going here, the 0-1. Down and away, gets away from the catcher. Coming in to score on the play from third base is Kusha on a wild pitch. It is a 1-0 Case Western Reserve lead. Well, and now Coach Twardowski has seen enough of Rocco Ma that with first base open, he wants nothing to do with him here. It'll be an intentional walk, even with 1 strike in the count. You don't see that very often. But again, it's one of those where when you're as hot as Rocco has exhibited himself to be, when first base is open, there aren't going to be a lot of teams that want to pitch to him. And that will be the case here. The intentional walk completed. Ma will be on. And now here's where if you're Nate Glasser, you say to yourself, okay, you want to intentionally walk the bases loaded with nobody out and put me up. Well, I'm going to make it pay for it. We'll see if Glasser can do that here. Glasser hitting at .274. He's 0 for 1 today with a ground out to third. The base is once again loaded. Nobody out in the inning still, and it's a 1-0 lead for Case Western Reserve. First pitch fastball catches the outside corner. Good job to drag it back over the plate by Green as it's an 0-1 count. Three hits, a wild pitch, and an intentional walk in the inning. That breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Lot the runner at third, Neal at second, Ma over at first. Chance for a big inning here for the Spartans. Try to back up freshman starter Matt Levine. Bradley rocks and delivers. And a A called strike on the lower outside corner. Glasser didn't like that one. So he kind of swings his head back. Now we'll settle back in. Behind in the count, 1-2. The pitch to Glasser. Checks his swing. Did he hold? He did. 2-2. Two-two pitch. And Glasser got a good one to hit there, but fouled it back. Count stays at 2-2. Noah Murley waiting out on deck. Glasser at the plate, though, trying to take care of business of his own first. 2-2 the count, nobody out, bases loaded, the 2-2 pitch. And a pickoff attempt down to third. Nothing going on. Got to be careful on those if you're Bradley. Two and two. Swing and a miss at the breaking pitch. Strike three. Big strikeout for Bradley for the first out of the inning. And so with one gone, the batter now Noah Murley. Murley had the first Case Western Reserve hit of the game last inning. Was left stranded at third base to end the second. He'll hit here with the bases loaded. Murley takes that for a called strike and it's 0-1. Noah, 304 hitter on the year. With the bases loaded this season, he's 0 for 2. As a team, Case Western Reserve has been good with the bases loaded. 375 as a team. 0-1 pitch. Curveball, Murley swings, hits that one towards the gap in left center field. Coming over is Brereton. He makes a diving catch for the out. Well, a run will come in to score, but if you're Richard Brereton, you just saved your pitcher probably an extra run or two. A tremendous catch in center field by Brereton. It is 2-0, a sacrifice fly for Murley. Moss stays at first, Neal to third on the play, Lott in to score. 2-0 the score with 2 outs, and now all of a sudden, if you're Bradley, if you get out of this inning with only 2 runs in, you're pretty happy. Gotta imagine Case Western Reserve will be active on the base paths here with Ma over at first base, a good runner. He's stolen 12 bases on 12 attempts this year. He's going on the first pitch. Nope, stops and retreats as the pitch taken for a ball by McConaughey, 1-0. Casey grounded out to second his first time up. Ma just trying to draw a throw of some sort. Now the 1-0. Ma was going there. Bradley did the old fake to third and almost got Ma, who was dashing off the bag. The 1-0. Strike on the inside corner of the knees to McConaughey, 1-1. McConaughey hitting in the 5 spot in the lineup today. Runner goes, the pitch taken in the dirt, and Ma will come into second base standing up. 13th stolen base of the year for Rocco Ma. Now 2 in scoring position. 2-1 count on McConaughey at the plate. A base hit here with Ma's speed at second. Likely scores 2. Could break this game open early. Here's the 2-1 to McConaughey. Takes a fastball, called a strike on the outside corner, 2-2. Tyler Whipzinski's second on the team in RBIs this season, waiting out on deck. Hoping to get a shot here to drive in some runs in the third. McConaughey has the count even, 2-2 against Bradley. Bradley from the stretch with second and third delivers. And that one swung on, looper over the head of the shortstop and into left field. It's a base hit. 1 run in to score. Maul comes around. He'll score. It's a 2 RBI single for Casey McConaughey. And it's now 4-0. Case Western Reserve with the lead.
Now batting for the Spartans, catcher number 18.
So Casey McConaughey coming through with a 2 RBI base hit with 2 outs, 2 strikes on the count. And so now 4-0 the score. Swing and a miss there by Whippazinski. 0-1 the count. Whip hitting at 277 on the year, 0 for 1 today with a ground out to third. 1-1 as that one misses well outside. Runner goes, the pitch taken for a ball, throw down to second, and it will leak into center field. It'll be a stolen base for McConaughey, 2-1 the count at the plate. For Casey, his first stolen base of the year, and he is now in scoring position. See if Whip can add on here. Little outside, 3-1. First base is open and with a runner in scoring position. Last thing you want to do if you're Bradley is give Whippazinski something that's a little too much over the plate to hit. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball. 3-2 the count. It's a good pitch by Bradley. He has a lot of confidence in that breaking ball. We'll see if he comes with another one here. Wouldn't blame him if he did. And he does, and it's taken for strike 3 on the inside corner by Whippazinski, and that ends the inning. Case Western Reserve strikes for 4 in the third inning, though. 4 runs on 4 hits. No errors and a man left on. 4-0 the score. The Spartans lead as we head into the top of the 4th. Top of the order for Emory against Levine, who's faced the minimum so far. Brereton, Chambers, and Green due up when we return. Welcome back. Top of the order for Emory. Brereton, Chambers, and Green due up this inning. Brereton struck out swinging his last time up in the first. Was batting in the 4th when Michael Edelman was caught stealing to end the inning. So he gets another shot at it here. First pitch to Brereton, and it's an excuse me swing fouled off down the first base side, 0-1. Brereton hitting at .333. I was talking about it when the inning ended. Brereton, again, reminds me a little bit of Vandy Shields, the former Wash U pitcher and center fielder. That one swung on, chopper towards short, deep in the hole, throw off his back foot from Lott, but he'll have no chance on that one. Despite a pretty good throw from Lott, that'll be an infield single for Brereton. First time today that Emory has put the leadoff man on in an inning.
Shortstop number 2, Nick Chambers.
And that will bring up Nick Chambers to the plate with nobody out and a runner on. Emory previously had 2 men on, a single by Rubenstein, a walk to Edelman, but both were caught stealing earlier in the game. A couple good throws by Tyler Whippazinski. Neither was particularly close. Chambers squares to bunt, pulls it back, and takes a ball, 1-0. Nick Chambers batting at .281, a fly out to left in his only other at bat of the game. Pickoff down at first. Brereton dives back in. Brereton has stolen 4 bases on 6 attempts this year. That one lifted in the air. High to mid-range left field. Glasser there, makes the catch, and there is 1 away in the inning. Second time today that Chambers is flown out to left. With 1 out, Brereton still at first, and they'll bring up the catcher, Jacob Green. I'd imagine Green a double play candidate here if he puts the ball on the ground. That one low, and it's a 1-0 count on Green. Pickoff down to first. Not in time. Close as the count evens up, or goes to 1-1 at the plate. Green awaiting the 1-1. Curve for a strike, 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at the curveball, strike 3. Good pitch from Levine. His 3rd strikeout of the game. And now 2 gone in the inning, and Bubby Terp will be the batter. Terp 0 for 1 on the day. Fly out to left field. Drove one pretty deep to left field, actually, back to the warning track where Glasser was able to track it down. I'd say the hardest hit ball probably today against Levine. First pitch curve misses low, and it's 1-0. See if Brereton opts to run here, or if Emory's gone a little gun shy after getting thrown out twice already. Fastball down and out, 2-0. Two-0 pitch. Terp fouls that one back, 2-1. Terp, an imposing presence at the plate. 6'3", 215. Tall, strong hitter out of Florida. Waits the 2-1 from Levine. Curveball line drive into right field. It's a base hit. Murley scoops it up out there and gets to quickly enough to hold Brereton to second base. But Terp with the 2-out single will put 2 runners on base. The batter now will be Jack Rubenstein, who has one of the 3 Emory hits. He singled and was caught stealing his first time up in the second. Get you a score update here between Wash U and NYU. Final game of that series. And Wash U with the early lead. Bottom of the second, 1-0. Bears leading. First pitch popped up. Lot there. Makes the catch, and the inning is over. So Rubenstein pops up the first pitch he sees from Levine and gets him out of the jam. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left on for Emory in the fourth. Bottom of the fourth inning coming up. Pestil, Kusha, and Lott for Case Western Reserve, leading 4-0 when we return. Welcome back as Jacob Pestil, the designated hitter, takes the first pitch from the new pitcher for Emory, Rhett Stewart. Taken for a ball, it's 1-0. 2-0 now. Stewart, 0-1 on the year through 6 appearances, including a start. He has an ERA of 14.21. 3-0 now the count on Pestil. Through 6 1/3 innings, he's allowed 16 hits, 11 runs, 10 of those earned. He's walked 4, struck out 4 opponents, hitting .500 against him. Called strike there. Pestil taking all the way. It's 3-1. Stewart, a senior out of Washington, D.C., Georgetown Day School. 6'3", 220 pounds. That one chopped softly to third. Stern has it. And just a step ahead of Pestil for the out. There's one gone. Jacob Kusha now the batter. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored back in the third. First pitch ball to Kusha, the 1-0 count. Final line on Bradley, the starter for Emory. 3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. He threw 51 pitches in his first collegiate start. Kusha fouls that one back, and the count evens 1-1. Might be a staff day for Emory. When we see a handful of guys getting some innings. That one's fouled back, and it's 1-2. Emory had one other pitcher with more than one start this year that hasn't appeared in this series. That's Mac Wilkins. He started 3 games for the team. Wilkins, a senior, as Kusha swings and misses, strike 3. Second out of the inning, 2 quick outs for Rhett Stewart. But Wilkins not among the 28 players that dressed in this series for Emory. Not sure if it has anything to do with it or not. I know he was in his last outing. It was last Tuesday. A start against Covenant College. Got into a little bit of a disagreement with the catcher, Jacob Green. As Jacob Lott at the plate takes that up high, 2-0. Stewart looking for a quick inning here with his team down 4. 4-0 the score. Case Western Reserve leading. Lott hits that in the air deep towards left field. Back at the track, reaching up and making the catch to end the inning is Michael Edelman. A quick inning for Rhett Stewart. 1-2-3 sits the side down in order, and we'll go to the 5th. Emory coming up to bat. Stern, Grayson, and Bumgardner when we return. Four to nothing the score. Case Western Reserve leading here. Matt Levine has looked good so far. 45 pitches through the first 4 innings. He's given up just 3 hits in the game. His second time here through the Emory lineup, and he'll face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Stern, Grayson, and Baumgartner. Stern 0 for 1, a strikeout looking his last time up. Grounds the first pitch foul that he sees in the inning, 0-1. Now the 0-1 pitch. Up high, 1-1. Good outing for the freshman Levine so far. Stern hits that hard, deep, but foul. Turned on a pitch there that tails to the left of the third baseline. And so it's 1-2. Case Western Reserve will ask for a little bit more length out of Levine today than he gave them in the Ohio Wesleyan game. Not by his own fault. He pitched fairly well in that game, actually. 1-2 pitch. Hit in the air, high down the line and left. Will it stay fair? It won't. It'll go foul, and nobody able to get to it. But in that 4th game of the series last week, Levine started. Corey Brown had him pitched heading into that game. Liam Killingstad had him pitched heading into that one in the series. So I think head coach Matt Englander wanted to get some of those guys into the game, keep them fresh. And so Levine's outing was cut a little short. Certainly, I think, could have gone a little further. 1-2 on the way. Curve a little in. 2-2. Pitch number 50 on the game for Levine. 2-2. Swing and a miss. A good curve for a strike 3 there. Strikeout number 4 for Levine. Second time Stern has gone down on strikes.
Right fielder number 24, Jackson Grayson.
Batter now will be Jackson Grayson, who will hit here with 1 out and the base is empty. Grayson hitting at 286. Lines that one hard out of the reach of shortstop Jacob Lott and into left field for a base hit. It's been an aggressive Emory team at the plate today. Their first pitch swinging. Grayson sends one into left for the 4th hit by an Eagle today. Now Thomas Baumgartner will be the batter. 0 for 1, grounded out to first base his first time up. Called strike with breaking ball on the inside corner, 0-1. Baumgartner's average down to 222 for the year. Pickoff attempt at first. Grayson dives back in. Grayson has stolen 3 bases on as many attempts this year. Again, Whippazinski has thrown out 2 so far today. Whip comes up looking to throw there. Looks the runner back as the count goes to 1-1. Two and one. Runner goes. The pitch dunked into shallow right. Coming in is Murley, but he won't have a play on it. Going to third is Grayson. Good hit and run there for Emory. Executed well by Baumgartner, who gets the hit. Grayson to third on the play, and it's runners on the corners now with 1 away.
Now batting for the Eagles, left fielder number 8, Michael Edelman.
It just executed well there by Baumgartner, who just knew we needed to just poke it through that hole on the right side. And got just enough of it to put it out of the reach of the second baseman, Ma. And not enough to allow Murley and Wright to catch up to it. So men on the corners now for Edelman at the plate. Edelman walked in his first at bat. And he lifts that one over the head of the shortstop, Lott, who makes a catch for the out. Boy, Lott had a backup on that one. Not an easy play, but he turns around and is able to make the grab for the out. 2 gone.
Now batting for the Eagles, center fielder number 7, Richard Brereton.
So back to the top of the Emory order now. It'll be up to Richard Brereton with 2 outs and men on the corners. Brereton struck out swinging in the first, singled in the 4th. Throw down to first. Good job by McConaughey to field it cleanly. And we'll see how aggressive Emory is here with men on the corners and 2 away. Baumgartner, the runner at first. 0 for 1 on stolen base attempts this year. He's not running there as the curve taken for a strike, 0-1. That one up high, 1-1. Lifted in the air, center field and deep. Neal coming over, still coming, makes the catch for the out. And that will get Levine out of the inning. Emory had runners on first and third after back-to-back base hits in the fifth, but Levine able to work around it, and we'll move into the bottom half of the fifth inning. 4-0 the score halfway through here at Nobby's Ballpark, and the top of the Case Western Reserve lineup coming up. Neal, Ma, and Glasser when we return. Well, after a 1-2-3 fourth inning, Red Stewart back out on the mound in the fifth for Emory. His team trailing 4-0. All four of those runs scored against starter Christian Bradley. Tougher road to sow here, though, for Stewart as he'll face the top of the order for Case Western Reserve. Neal, Ma, and Glasser. Neal laid down a perfect sacrifice bunt his last time up with runners on first and second. Actually, you shouldn't call it a sacrifice bunt. It ended up going as a bunt base hit. And following that, they will play Neal potentially to bunt here as he lifts that one foul and out of play. 0-1. Neal just a very good bunter. And I think as this season and his career goes on, we're going to start to see him more and more use that bunt as a weapon. 0-2 now the count on Neal. Stewart ready. Here's the pitch. In the dirt for a ball. 1-2. Ground ball, first base side. Backhanded nicely by Terp, who takes it to the bag for the out. One gone. Terp has done an excellent job defensively at first base this entire series for Emory. He saved a couple of outs, made some nice picks. So now Rocco Mala to the plate. Comes into the game with a 14-game hitting streak, but is 0 for 1 so far today. A strikeout looking and an intentional walk. First pitch breaking ball, it's a called strike, 0-1. And so far today, he's seen a steady diet of breaking balls when Emory has pitched to him. Another curve that misses down and away, 1-1. Two and one. Ma trying to extend his hitting streak, a feat that is going to become harder and harder to do as it goes on because of his power. Teams are going to start to pitch around him. 2-1. Big swing and a miss from Ma, 2-2. Swing and a miss at the breaking ball. And that's strike 3. Ma down swinging. Second strikeout today for Ma. And the second strikeout for Rhett Stewart. He's retired the first 5 batters he's faced, and now will try to get through the 5th here as he faces Nate Glasser. Glasser 0 for 2. A ground out and a strikeout swinging. Pitch taken for a ball, 1-0. Called strike, 1-1. One and two, taken for a strike by Glasser. Checks his swing, holds. We'll see if they check down at first. They won't. 2-2. Next weekend, Emory will welcome Wash U into town, down to Atlanta for a 4-game series. The Spartans will head out to Waltham, Massachusetts, where they'll take on Brandeis in a 4-game series. And that's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, 3 by Glasser. Didn't like that one, but he goes down on strikes for the second time today. Another 1-2-3 inning for Rhett Stewart out of the bullpen. It's 4-0, Case Western Reserve leading, though. We'll have Chambers, Green, and Terp due up, 2, 3, and 4 in the order for the Eagles when we return. For nothing the score. Case Western Reserve leading in the final game of the 4-game series. The Spartans trying to complete a series win here after losing the first game, looking for their 3rd straight win over Emory. A 4-run 3rd inning has been the difference. Matt Levine, the freshman starter for Case Western Reserve, has made it stand up on the mound. And so now the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Emory coming to the plate. Chambers, Green, and Terp. A combined 1 for 6 so far in the game. Chambers 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts to left. Chambers getting his 3rd look today at Levine. And he takes the first pitch fastball for a strike, 0-1. Levine has had the arsenal working today, throwing both the fastball and the curveball for strikes. Oh, and 2. Good pitch. That one tapped back off the mound by the pitcher, throwing to first, and in time to get the out. By a step, maybe. Score at 1-4-3 on the putout. Levine deflected that one right to Rocco Ma. But I think the deflection played with Rocco Ma's mind a little bit. He had a little trouble picking it up. Finally did and fired it over to first, though, and was able to get the out, and there's 1 gone in the inning. Now with 1 out, Green the batter, breaking pitch for a ball, 1-0. Green a fly out to left, a strikeout swinging, and his 2 trips to the plate. Fastball, fouls it off, 1-1. One on the way. Good change up there. Green couldn't hold up, and it's 1-2. Still 1-0 lead for Wash U in their game against NYU. That game now in the top of the fourth. We're in the top of the sixth inning here, 4-0, Case Western Reserve. That one looped into right center field and down for a base hit. Neal catches up with it. Green takes a big turn at first, but he'll stop there. It's a base hit. Sixth of the game for Emory. And have now out hit Case Western Reserve 6-5.
Batting for the Eagles, first baseman number 31, Bubby Turp.
And a runner on at first for Bubby Turp, who is 1 for 2 on the day. Turp flew out to left field in the second, singled in the fourth. Levine looks down at first. Green takes a short lead as the fastball, called a strike, bounced out of Whippazinski's glove and away. Not far enough for Green to advance. 0-1 the count. Still a very manageable pitch count for Levine. 68 on the day here in the sixth with one away. Still waiting for that first double play of the weekend. 1-1. Tyler Whippazinski comes out to have a talk with Levine. Terps fly out to left earlier in the game. Had a chance to go, but Glasser was able to grab it on the warning track. Terp with a little bit of power. That went in the dirt. Whippazinski blocks it. 2-1. Chopper, third base side. Kusha has to sit back on it. Will still go the short way to second for one, on to first. And the throw will get away and out of play. So that'll go as a throwing error on Lott. Or is that Maw there?
The Eagles designated hitter number 21, Jack Rubenstein.
It was Rocco Maw, I think. So it'll be a throwing error on Maw. Green out on the plate, 5-4. 2 outs in the inning, runner on at second. Batter at the plate is Rubenstein. Inside for a ball, 1-0. Levine trying to work around a man in scoring position. And that one lifted in the air, center field. Deep going back is Neal, looking up, and he makes the catch. And that ends the inning. Neal continues to play some solid defense in center. We'll move to the bottom of the sixth, 4-0. Case Western Reserve still with the lead. Well, 6 shutout innings so far for Matt Levine. 4 runs in the third for Case Western Reserve, and it's a 4-0 ball game. 4, 5, and 6 in the order to up. Murley, McConaughey, and Whippazinski.
Spartans right fielder number 2, Noah Murley.
Murley, 1 for 1 today. A single in the second and a sacrifice fly in the third. The sac fly, the scoring itself doesn't tell the full story of that play. Murley, with the bases loaded, sent one in towards the gap in left center field that Richard Brereton made a diving catch on. If it wasn't for the diving catch by Brereton, Murley would have had at least 2, maybe 3 runs come across the plate on that play. This is down low, and it's a 2-0 count. Red Stewart stays out on the mound. He's retired the first 6 batters he's faced in relief of starter Christian Bradley. Murley gets that in the air. Left field, Edelman coming over, steps in front of Brereton and makes the catch for the out. 1 gone. Good relief outing here for Stewart today. 7 up, 7 down against the senior. Casey McConaughey will try to put an end to that streak. McConaughey 1 for 2. Had a little bloop single back in the third inning. That drove in 2 runs and extended the Case Western Reserve lead to what it is now, 4-0. Called strike to McConaughey, and it's an 0-1 count. One and one. Two and one. Connie's average up to 244. He doubled his season RBI total with that 2 RBI base hit. He has 4 on the year now. Ground ball up towards the middle. Baumgartner there at second. Throws to first. 2 gone. So 2 outs now. Tyler Whippazinski, the batter. 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out and a strikeout looking.
Catcher number 18, Tyler Whippazinski.
This will be Whippazinski's first at bat against Stewart. Ended the third inning with a strikeout looking. Muscles that one out to right field. Playable, coming over, making the catch is Grayson. And that ends the inning. Another quick inning for Red Stewart, who's been very good in relief. We'll move to the 7th. 4-0 the score. Case Western Reserve leading. Stern, Grayson, and Baumgartner when we return. Christopher Stern leading things off takes a fastball inside from Matt Levine, who begins his 7th inning of work. And it's 1-0. Levine has been great so far today. The freshman with 6 shutout innings. His team leading 4-0. Stern hits that one softly back to the pitcher. Levine extends the glove and goes around the horn with it. Somewhat unsuccessfully, but 1 out on a soft liner back to the pitcher. Stern retired. Getting a little uncharacteristic of what Emory will usually do with the starting pitcher. Really try to work into a team's bullpen, take a lot of pitches. That has not been what we've seen today from this Emory team. It's a young squad for the most part. And certainly having a down year as the count goes to 0-1. That's down low for a ball. 1-1. That ball grounded hard to third. Kusha gloves it cleanly, throws to first. 2 gone. And Levine can get a quick inning here. 2 gone in the frame. And now the batter will be Thomas Bumgardner, the second baseman.
Eagles second baseman number 22, Thomas Bumgardner.
Baumgartner is hitting at 239. Singled his last time up on a well-executed hit-and-run play. Batting here with the bases empty. Up high for a ball, 1-0. Would expect him to be relatively patient. Just 4 pitches entering the at-bat this inning for Levine. That one ground to third. Kusha gloves. Throws to first. Quick inning for Levine in the 7th, who retires the side in order. Couple ground outs to third and a soft line out to the pitcher. Levine, 7 shutout innings now. Case Western Reserve will try to get the bats going again here. Bottom of the order. Pestle, Kusha, and Lott due up when we return. Jacob Pestle will lead things off against Rhett Stewart. And Stewart misses inside with the breaking pitch for a ball, 1-0. Pestle was the first batter to face Stewart, who entered the game in the 4th. He's retired 9 since, including a ground out to third base for Pestle, his first time up against Stewart. Pestle 0 for 2 in the game. Hits that one down the line and right. Grayson coming over and makes the catch on the run for the out. There's one away here in the bottom of the 7th. I'll tell you, this game has the feel of a getaway day to it. Both teams coming up hacking. Fast-moving game. Jacob Kusha now the batter. Kusha with a single and a strikeout swinging. Single came against Christian Bradley. The strikeout swinging against Stewart. And the first pitch strike from Stewart, 0-1 the count. Kusha steps out. Settles back in, behind in the count, 0-1 against Stewart. And swings, line drive, right to short. Chambers there, 2 gone. And now Jacob Lott, the batter. Lott 1 for 2 today, but has hit the ball hard a few times. A single in the third.
Shortstop number 1, Jacob Lott.
And a fly ball to deep left field his last time up against Stewart. Lott has been knocking on the door of his first collegiate home run this weekend. He's had a few shots that he's driven into deep left field. For a guy who's not built like a power hitter, he's got some power in his bat. And he swings to the first pitch, grounds it back to Stewart, who will flip on to first in time. And Stewart has now retired all 12 batters he's faced. Great relief outing for Rhett Stewart so far. 8th inning coming up, 4-0 the score. Case Western Reserve leading. Emory will send their 9-1 and 2 hitters to the plate. Edelman, Brereton, and Chambers when we return. Matt Levine set to begin another inning of work. He has pitched 7 shutout innings and will begin the 8th. His team leading 4-0. A good outing today for Levine. Case Western Reserve got 4 runs in the 3rd inning, and that has been all the scoring for either team. It's been a fast-moving game. Said it before, all the feel of a getaway game today. Edelman set to lead things off. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a pop out.
Left fielder number 8, Michael Edelman.
Top of the 8th inning, 4-0 the score. First pitch swinging, sends it into left field. Over to get it is Glasser for the out. 1 gone. Well, both teams staying aggressive at the plate. Levine just did 81 pitches. We'll get back to the top of the order here. Richard Brereton will be the batter. Brereton 1 for 3. A strikeout swinging, a single, and a fly out to center. Brereton first pitch swinging, fouls 1 away. 0-1. It's been a great start for Levine. He's had a couple good ones in the early going of his career, but he's looked strong today. That one popped up in the infield. Kusha calls everyone off. Makes the grab in fair territory, 2 gone. Now Nick Chambers, the batter. Chambers hitting a .275, facing Levine for the 4th time in the game. Called strike inside corner, 0-1. One pitch. 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch from Levine. He rocks with the full wind and delivers. Down and out, ball 1-1-2. The 1-2 on the way. 2-2. That went up in the air. Center field, Neal. Third out. Inning over. Levine continues to deal today. We are through 7.5. 4-0 the score. Case Western Reserve continues to lead. Top of the order, Neal, Ma, and Glasser when we return. Well, it's been a masterful start for Matt Levine, the freshman. It's just his fourth collegiate start, but he has thrown 8 shutout innings, and he may get a chance for the complete game shutout here. His pitch count extremely low today. Neal, Ma, and Glasser in the meantime for Case Western Reserve. Top of the order in the bottom of the 8th. Trying to add on to a 4-0 lead. Rhett Stewart, who's been perfect through his 4 innings of work, delivers a ball to Neal, 1-0. Neal 1 for 3, a single to go along with a pair of groundouts. Called strike, and it's 1-1. Looked to be a little down and in there. The 1-1 pitch. That one called the ball, 2-1. Now the 2-1. 2-2. Now the 2-2 pitch. Neal checks his swing, holds up, and it's ball 3. Full count 3-2. Green came up looking to throw that around the horn, but Stewart will have to throw another pitch here. He's retired the first 12 batters he's faced. We'll see what he does here. Ground ball, first base side. Good job by Terp to field it, take it to the bag himself. And that will be the first out of the inning. So with 1 out and the bases empty, Rocco Ma will come to the plate, trying to extend his hitting streak. He has struck out twice and been intentionally walked, came around to score a run after that intentional walk in the 3rd, but his 14-game hitting streak is in jeopardy here. First pitch. Breaking ball for a called strike, 0-1, and Stewart, who gave Ma a heavy dose of breaking pitches his first time up against Stewart, doing so again here. The 0-1. Outside corner, 0-2. And I think you've found the game plan for Emory here. Don't give Ma a fastball. Welcome to the Power Hitters Club, Rocco. There's a fastball in the dirt, but again, that's going to be an adjustment now that Rocco's going to have to make. He is not going to get a lot of fastballs, really, probably for the remainder of this year. Once you see that big number 8 in the home run column in his stats, teams are going to be careful with that. That's outside, 2-2. So even here, a situation, 2-2, bases empty with 1 out. Maw's going to get probably another breaking pitch, if not 2, in this at bat. Well, there's another fastball low, 3-2, full count. It's been a good relief outing for Rhett Stewart. Probably one of the best outings of his career. He's kept it at a 4-run game. Emory will have one last chance in the top of the 9th. No action in the bullpen yet. So it looks like it will be Levine's game. That one's popped up out in front of the plate. Stewart calls everyone off, makes the catch. And it looks like Maw's hitting streak in all likelihood will come to an end with that pop out. Barring a big rally here or a comeback by Emory at least. So 2 gone now, Nate Glasser to the plate. Glasser 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. This is outside. It's 1-0. Two and 0. Again, no action in the bullpen. Levine will have a chance at the complete game in the top of the 9th. He'll face the heart of the Emory order. Green, Turp, and Rubenstein due up. 3-0 on the way. Stewart. Glasser taking all the way. It's 3-1. Now the 3-1. Called strike, 3-2. Glasser's gotten a couple calls today that he didn't like. He'll settle back in 3-2. Curveball called strike 3, and Glasser, again, unhappy with that call. Stewart has retired all 15 batters he's faced in the game. Now it's up to his team's bats. Top of the 9th, last chance for Emory. Green, Turp, and Rubenstein, heart of the order for the Eagles. 4-0, Case Western Reserve with the lead when we return. It's been a fast-moving game here, partially because of Levine's success on the mound. He will enter the 9th looking for the first complete game shutout by a Case Western Reserve pitcher since last season when Andy Shields accomplished the feat against Brandeis. Looking to put an exclamation point on the opening weekend of UAA play here. Levine has retired the last 8 batters he's faced. Levine looking for the first complete game of his career. 88 pitches, 56 strikes. In the bullpen, Liam Killingstad, I believe it's Killingstad out there. It is. He's begun to throw, but he's wearing a sweatshirt as of now, so it's just trying to get loose in case Levine gets into any trouble here. He is facing a tough part of this Emory order with Green, Turp, and Rubenstein due up. Green was the last Emory batter to reach against Levine. It came on a base hit in the 6th inning. Green is hitting at .355 on the season overall and is 1 for 3 in today's game. First pitch from Levine. A letter high fastball for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. Curveball, called strike 2, 0-2. Good inside pitch from Levine, and he's ahead in the count on Green, 0-2. Fastball that Green turned on and sent foul down the line. Now the 0-2. Curveball, grounded hard towards third, scooped cleanly by Kusha. His throw to first in time for the out. Great play at third by Jacob Kusha for the first out of the inning. Green retired.
Now batting for the Eagles, first baseman number 31.
Jacob Kusha making a fantastic diving stop on a hard hit ground ball. Fielding it cleanly and making the perfect throw to first base. And so now with one away, bases empty, and Bubby Terp will be the batter, 1 for 3 on the day. That's a called strike, 0-1. He has probably hit Levine about as hard as any batter so far today. Not so much his base hit, but the fly ball to left that he sent to the warning track back in his first at bat in the second inning. And that hits him. So that will end a streak of 9 straight retired by Levine. As Terp is on with one away.
Now batting for the Eagles, designated hitter number 21,
Jack Rubenstein now to the plate. Rubenstein a single, a pop out to short, and a fly out to center in his 3 trips to the plate. Curveball just misses. 1-0. Levine looking a little less sharp all of a sudden on the mound. He'll give a long glance down to first. Called strike, it's 1-1. McConaughey holding on the runner Terp at first base. Trying to keep the double play intact with 1 out. That's low, 2-1. Levine creeping up to 100 pitches. He's at 97 now. Look over at first base. Levine to the plate. Curveball called strike, 2-2. Now Levine from the stretch with the man on. Here's his 2-2 pitch. Fastball outside, full count, 3-2. In New York, top of the 6th inning, Wash U leading NYU 2-0. If both of these scores hold, Wash U and Case Western Reserve will be tied atop the UAA after the first weekend with a 3-1 record apiece. That one popped up behind home plate. Coming back is Whippazinski. Can't make the grab. Tried to lay out. Got a glove on it, but couldn't secure it. That would have been a tremendous play by Whippazinski. Instead, we'll get another 3-2 pitch with 1 out. Three and 2, 1 away. Bubby Terp, the runner at first. The pitch. Chopper hit towards third. Could be 2 if they hurry. Kusha to second for 1. On to first. Not in time. And I'll tell you, Ma there might have gotten away with a neighborhood play. It looked like he might have come off the bag a little bit early at second base, but either way, he'll go as a 5-4 putout. Terp retired, 2 gone in the inning. We'll get a pinch hitter here for Christopher Stern. It will be the lefty Terry up at the plate. Eric Terry. Terry out of Loveland, Ohio. I believe the Cincinnati area, right, Rebecca? Loveland, Ohio? Cincinnati area. Probably about 3 hours or so away from here. So I'm sure some family in the ballpark today. It's a called strike 0-1. Trying to avoid making the last out here. Levine going for the complete game shutout, the 0-1. Ground ball softly to short. Lot there. Goes to first. Game over, and it's a complete game shutout for Matt Levine, the first of his career. Tremendous job by the freshman who goes just over 100 pitches en route to the complete game shutout, and it gives Case Western Reserve the series win in the opening weekend of UA play, 3-1 over Emory. Emory on the year will drop to 10-13. Case Western Reserve improves to 16-3. In the UAA, Emory 1-3. Case Western Reserve 3-1. The winning pitcher was Matt Levine, now 3-0 on the year. No save in the game. The loss goes to Emory's starter, Christian Bradley. He is 1-1. Today's game lasted exactly 2 hours on the nose, and attendance here for our game was 200. Want to thank everyone once again for joining us. A reminder, the Spartans will hit the road next weekend. They'll be at Brandeis for a 4-game series from the 6th through the 8th, Friday through Sunday. Then they'll return home on Friday, April 13th, a 3 o'clock game against NYU here at Nobby's Ballpark. We'll have coverage of that for you. In the meantime, make sure to go to athletics.case.edu for all of your Case Western Reserve baseball and all our other sports information. It's all available on there. Thank you again. Have a good evening, everyone. A good day, I guess I should say. And we will see you in 2 weeks when the Spartans return home. Final score, once again, 4-0. Case Western Reserve with the win.